So a lot of people keep asking the same questions about number 45, the great former president, Donald J. Trump, specifically in reference to the civil fraud trial, I should say alleged civil fraud trial. Does he ramble or does he actually answer questions? I think he actually answers questions. I don't think he's rambling. If you felt that someone was lying about you, you might get angry and you might point that out. So maybe people call that rambling. I call that defending. That's what I call that, okay? Because a lot of times people lie about me, and I certainly do not let them get away with it, and neither does the great former president, number 45, and possibly, hopefully, number 47, Donald J. Trump. I'll give you a quick example. Nobody wants to hear this. Like the judge doesn't want to hear this. The New York Attorney General doesn't want to hear this. Okay. But they'll keep saying the same things to him over and over again. Did you have knowledge that certain assets were inflated or whatever? He did answer the question. He goes, on occasion, I would see things and I would either agree or disagree, or he said this himself, I might agree that it was high and I would lower it. But you have to understand that he has a team of accountants, that it's their job. It's not Donald J. Trump's job. It's the accountant's job to validate if everything, right? Isn't that their job, that everything is correct in the matter of are the assets valued correctly? Is everything, the square feet of these properties, is everything, on the level, right? But the judge is trying to take all responsibility away from the accountants and even the banks. That's it. It's all Donald J. Trump's fault. Okay. What about the banks? What about the banks have a disclosure from the Trump organization that stipulates, please do your own homework. Do not listen to us. We are not professionals, or because they have an accountant. In other words, whoever put together these, whatever you want to call it, inflated, values of his properties, understand it initiated with the Trump organization, who are not accountants. They're not professionals. They're really not. Honestly, if you really think about it, that's why they have to hire a team of professionals who have to overlook, these statements to make sure their accuracy is there, because they are not accountants themselves. So that's why the bank had a disclaimer. Don't listen to anything we say here. We're not accountants. This was prepared by whoever it was prepared, for the Trump organization. That I don't know. Okay. But the thing is, it says this to the banks. Don't listen to this. Do your own homework, meaning the banks got to go out, which is what they do in the case of every other American. They have appraisals, right? They do, market research to see if these properties are in fact valued correctly. End of the day, the bank decided to approve and give Donald J. Trump the loan, despite having a disclosure from the Trump organization. Don't listen to us. We really don't know what we're saying here. We're hiring a team of accountants, to overlook this. Don't listen to us, right? Okay, but here's the thing. The judge wants to take all fault away from the accountants. The judge wants to take all fault away that maybe the banks made a bad decision. But you want to know what the funny thing is? The banks didn't make a bad decision because they all made a ton of money. From what I understand, Donald J. Trump and the Trump organization paid back the loans in full. And there was never any missed payments, and the banks love them. They made a fortune off them, right? So that's another crazy thing, right? Because if these were bad loans, then you would see something like missed payments, or maybe the loans were not repaid. They were repaid. So it doesn't make any sense, does it, right? Will you let me know what you think? But I think he's answering the question. I think the judge, at one point, the judge shut him up because I'm not here to listen to you. I just want yes or no, because you know what it is? The judge wants to put Donald J. Trump in a position of admitting fault. That's what they do. It's intimidation. But Donald Trump doesn't do that, and the judge doesn't like it. He doesn't like it because he keeps defending himself and he keeps proving himself. And that is called rambling to the judge, because the judge just wants a simple answer. Simple answer. Did you have knowledge that your assets were inflated? Yes or no? That's it. See, so that way it puts him in a position where he has to admit, which is what he did. He said yes, which is why on certain occasions, I suggested we lower, certain, prices or whatever. But again, it's like he's not letting him allow, himself to speak. I had a disclaimer. We explained to the banks that, this was prepared by someone who was a non-professional. Okay, at the Trump Organization, meaning in terms of accounting, we had to hire accountants to oversee this. We gave a disclaimer to the bank explaining, don't listen to us. Do your own due diligence. But the judge and the New York Attorney General does not want to hear this. That's why they're trying to limit him to yes or no answers. You tell me what you think. This video is not financial advice. I'm not a financial planner. This video is for entertainment purposes only.